Hello everybody, Lone Wolf Rick here, and welcome to my weekday vlog, episode 2. You know, I'm gonna keep them straight. It's like a thing. I did an episode 1. It's like a thing. Not a whole lot of people saw it, but you know, when the government comes for like their, you know, portion of the dollar I'll make off this video, it's like a thing. I want to be able to keep them all straight, so you know, I don't end up in Guantanamo or any place like that. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, unfortunately, it's not all good news for the Raiders camp as they fired their head coach Antonio Davis. He is gone, so that means the Raiders are on the lookout for a new head coach. So I'm sitting here, I've got my ice cold Dr. Pepper, and just contemplating. It's like the head coach for the Raiders. It's like a thing. Now the Raiders, will be the 5th season coming up that the Raiders have been here in Las Vegas, and this will be the 5th head coach that the Raiders will have. It's like also during this time. So life expectancy of a Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders coach anyway, you know, not real great, is it? You know, every year it's like you're in and you're out. However, this year possibly could be different. There's some really good names on this list and some really good football minds. So we're going to talk about it. We got a bus and a big truck and a dump truck, and I think they almost hit each other. There was honking going on and everything. But we're going to talk about, it's like the head coaching. It's like an opening here in Las Vegas. Some very good names on the list, and it's like, I'm afraid it's like Mr. Davis is going to have to open up the checkbook a little bit. It's like to get basically some one of these quality potential head coaches anyway. A lot of teams, it's like, are looking for head coaches now. I think there's a total of 6 as of right now at the time I'm doing this video. So the word is there's 12 names that the Raiders are looking at, 12 people that the Raiders are looking at, and we're going to talk a little bit about each one of them. So let's go. All right, the first name on the list, it's like probably on every list, it's like everybody looking for a head coach, is Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's the Lions offensive coordinator, and he led the Lions to, you know, the #1 offense in the league this year. So, well, at least in scoring anyway. It's like they were the highest scoring team in pro football this year. So Ben Johnson would be a good name. He's a young guy. I think he's like 38 years old, if my memory serves me right. And it's like, you know, could be a good fit for the Raiders. Now, would he be interested in the Raiders job? It's like with, you know, the Raiders not showing much stability. I guess we'll see. It's like we'll see what happens if he ends up any place, or if he decides just, hey, you know, I'm having fun in Detroit, I'm just going to kick it here. So, #2 name on the list, Mike Vrabel. Now, Mike Vrabel was head coach of the Tennessee Titans for a few years. It's like, I think 6 seasons actually. And he went 54-45 in those 6 seasons. And actually took the Titans to, well, we all know how bad the Titans are now. He took the Titans to the AFC Championship game that they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2019. And you know, ever since Vrabel's been gone, it's like Tennessee's been going downhill. But that's another name on the list. It's like Mike Vrabel. The third name on the list, it's like maybe a little bit of a surprise. It's like, you know, I don't understand, you know, how guys, it's like, that are 73 years old or whatever want to get back in coaching, like Bill Belichick. And this guy, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, it's like, has 170 career wins, it's like, to his resume in the NFL, and he's a Seattle Seahawks all-time winningest coach. My notes. I do have a cheat sheet here, everybody. You know, I'm not Howard Cosell where it just all comes off the top of my head here. So anyway, it's like Pete Carroll, his name is on the list. Now, this list of 12 names was compiled, it's like, by the Las Vegas Review-Journal. It's like by rumors, it's like, that are out there. So keep in mind, it's like, you know, that what I'm giving you some information, it's like from the local newspaper. And you know, so thanks to the RJ for doing some legwork here. You know, now I will preface this by saying the Review-Journal's like rarely right on anything, so you can take that for a grain of salt of whatever it's worth, huh? All right, so the next name on the list is Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen. Now, Liam Cohen is the Tampa Bay offensive coordinator. Tampa Bay finished 4th in the league in scoring this year and had the 3rd best offense in total yards. So he's got Baker Mayfield and the boys. It's like playing some good ball. It's like on the offensive side, it's like in Tampa Bay. He's a name that's like that's highly thought after. It's like, by Mr. Davis and Mr. Brady and the hierarchy of the Raiders also. This name may be a surprise, maybe not. Jon Gruden. Jon Gruden actually is his name is on the list. Yes, that Jon Gruden, who was the head coach of the Raiders before he sent some ill-advised emails. It's like to some buddies. It's like a thing, and got caught with his hand in the cookie jar and ended up having to resign or get fired or whatever because the league was embarrassed by it. But he's been a good boy the last couple of years, and he's kind of cleaned up his act, and he's saying his prayers and taking his vitamins. So it's like Jon Gruden's name is hiding, and maybe more importantly, Mark Davis likes Jon Gruden a lot. It's like so we'll see. Let's see if Jon Gruden would be interested in this job. Now, it's my understanding that Gruden last year could have had the New Orleans Saints offensive coordinator job, and he turned it down because he was actually waiting for a head coaching job. So we'll see. Next name on the list is Patrick Graham. Now, Patrick Graham's probably a name it's like that most people don't know, but here in Las Vegas, it's like people do know Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham is the Raiders defensive coordinator, and that defense is like played pretty good ball this year here in Las Vegas. They were beat up, banged up. It's like, lost a lot of players. It's like on the defense side of the ball, and they still put up some very good numbers. It's like on the defensive side. He is gathering some interest from a couple of teams. It's like that want to interview him. The Raiders have not given him permission to talk to any other team yet, so I'm not sure if they'll hire from the inside. They haven't had a lot of luck. It's like, unfortunately, from hiring from within, but you never know. It's like a thing. He's highly thought of around the league, and we'll see. We'll see if he basically, it's like if he gets any opportunity maybe to do it. Next name is, now this is maybe a shocker, Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell is the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, those Minnesota Vikings, it's like that played very good ball, and almost ended up with the #1 seed in the NFC, if not for a very good Detroit Lions team. So the word is, it's like the thing, it's Kevin O'Connell's contract runs out next year, and they're putting feelers out there to see, it's like, what if they're going to extend him or maybe not extend him. Although I can't see the Vikings not extending this guy. He's done a fantastic job for him, but that's one of the words. It's like a thing. It's like they pay him in a trade. They would actually trade maybe a first-round draft pick, or knowing the Raiders, probably like 8 first-round draft picks or whatever, just to bring him in. So that 8 it's a made-up number, folks. It's like if they don't get too excited, but it's like a thing. But they will explore maybe a trade. It's like and see if they can grab Kevin O'Connell to come in and head coach. It's like for the Raiders. Next name shouldn't be any surprise. It's like ESPN's been floating this name around since the college season started. But Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is like another name that's floating around here in Las Vegas. Of course, everybody's talking about, well, if Deion comes, it's like, will they make a play? It's like a trade up. It's like because his son will probably go before it's like the Raiders actually make their pick, since he's supposed to be the second best quarterback. It's like in the draft. So we'll see. It's like, would Deion be interested in going to the Raiders? Maybe. It's like Deion's ego. It's like a thing. It's like coach of the Raiders. That'd be quite a trip, huh? Next person is Brian Flores. Now, Brian Flores is like he was a head coach for the Dolphins for 3 years, and if you remember Brian Flores, it's like he basically, you know, it's like made some bad remarks. It's like when he was with Miami, saying how ownership asked him to lose games on purpose so they get higher draft picks, and basically was fired. He sued the NFL, sued the Dolphins. Allegedly there was some kind of settlement made. It's like, you know, thing, maybe a little money under the table, you know, probably a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper maybe. It's like, yeah, I don't know. But it's like, but he is the defensive coordinator, it's like, of the Minnesota Vikings. So yeah, he's had a very good year this year, last couple of years actually. So we'll see if he kind of comes in for an interview. It's like, you know, with the Raiders also. Next name on the list is Joe Brady. Not related to Tom Brady. No nepotism going on here. Joe Brady is the Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator, and we've seen what he's done with Josh Allen and you know, that offense up in Buffalo. It's high octane and very good offense. So we'll see. It's like, you know, a thing. It's like if he's interested in maybe coming to the Raiders himself, and you know, you never know. It's like the thing. We'll see if he comes in for an interview. If he does, I'll keep you all informed. Next name on the list is Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn is like the other half of that tandem. It's like in Detroit. He's the Detroit's defensive coordinator, and he's done a good job with that Detroit defense. I mean, they were banged up all year too. They lost, it's like, their star players and everything, and well, we saw how they played Sunday in a must-win game. It's like against Minnesota. He shut them down. They shut him down. So possibly it's like he could come in. It's like, you know, the thing, and for an interview. Not sure. It's like, you know, what the interest is. It's like the thing, because like I said, it's like Raiders had a pretty good defense last year, or this past season, and we'll see. You know, the last name on the list is maybe kind of a surprise. Robert Shelley. Robert, now I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong. It's like, you know, Saleh, the guy that was the former head coach of the Jets that didn't get along with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers had like the meeting with the head coach, and then the next thing you know, the coach is fired. That's the guy. It's like Robert Saleh, I think is how you pronounce his name. Got a bird chirping up in the tree here. Hope he doesn't poop on my head. Now that would be a video, wouldn't it? So anyway, it's like that's the 12 names. It's like that's been bandied around here in Las Vegas for the head coaching job of the Raiders. You know, as anything comes up or any word comes out, it's like a thing. I'll keep you all informed. You know, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It's like, so you'll know kind of what's going on here in Las Vegas. Take care of yourselves, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. And it's like, if your team's still in the playoffs, good luck. I'll see y'all later. Hey, bye-bye, everybody.